Hey there, everyone. Wanted to do a quick sports algorithm update because I did just update two of the algorithms that are currently running right now. One is the WNBA algorithm, which we'll talk about right here, and then the MLB algorithm. So if you want to copy and you want to start updating this yourself, I did just run it. It only took me about 15 minutes. Actually, wasn't that bad. I've added some automation into it, and I'll talk about that as we get through this. First, let's go to WNBA real fast. So I just wanted to bring this up because I'm starting to mess around with WNBA. This is like the third day. We've only lost like one real game, one or two games, I guess, so far. And I'm looking at today. There's four games today, and the WNBA is watchable. Everybody, I kind of enjoy it more than regular NBA, to be honest with you. Why not? It's a good time. So the algorithm is doing something funky, and it's saying that Seattle can beat the New York Liberty, and they are plus 920, everybody. So the safe bet on a parlay is apparently Seattle plus 15 and a half, but there's an argument to be made for betting them to win here, because when the algorithm does something like this, this could just be like the Liberty have a great reputation or something from last year, and maybe they're not the same team. Like, I don't know. Do they have anybody out? Nobody has anybody injured here. Liberty's healthy. Storm's healthy. Not quite sure. It's something about blocks, like something where Seattle's defense apparently can win this game, I guess. It's kicking out a score of 81-74 Seattle. Like, what? I don't know. I mean, that's just nutty. So I felt the need to discuss that. The other game here that's an underdog is the Chicago Sky, but they're injured more than Atlanta is injured. So there's injuries on both teams here, but Chicago Sky is missing somebody that's more impactful. It looks like Rebecca Gardner and Morgan Birch. So those two is a reason kind of not to play the Sky, basically, from what the algorithm is saying. But this should be fun to watch, this Storm Liberty game. So we'll see what happens there. I'll watch that if that's on TV, and it probably is. Dallas, not a terrible line, but they are somewhat injured against the Minnesota Lynx, so that should be known as well. But they're still have a pretty high margin here and should probably win this game. All right, and the Connecticut Sun Fever game. So here, it does not think that the Connecticut Sun deserve this minus 1050 line. It thinks that the Indiana Fever would cover this the other side of this 12 and a half, probably, because they're all the way down here on this list. So we'll see. All right, that's WNBA. Now let's go over to baseball. So if you want a copy of baseball, selling it for $69, you can get one copy and you can watch the how-to tutorial videos. But I did add a data connection in here where you can refresh all the data queries, and it does grab the current player stats and batter stats and dump them in here and migrate them right into the file automatically now. This will refresh, so that's cool. It doesn't do it for the team stats, so you still have to do the team stats manually here. That's annoying, and you have to do the odds manually. Got to do that too. But once you do that, it is pretty quick. And so this is what the look is, and here's what the order is for the day. It says, best pick of the day is Atlanta over, best team most likely to win the game is Atlanta beating Oakland, but the line is not great at minus 240. Then Tampa Bay over the Cubs at minus 190. Then Texas over Detroit. Then the Mets over Philly. And then here you have an underdog of Pittsburgh over San Francisco. Then it puts the Dodgers all the way down here. The odds makers think the Dodgers crushed the Nationals. Algorithm says this is actually below 10% margin. So it really likes these teams up at the top here. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Texas, the Mets, and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh as an underdog. Perhaps Pittsburgh plus 1.5, also a good idea, because they're on the road. The rest of the stuff starts to get closer. It only has some underdogs down here at the bottom. Let's go look at the matchups and see if we can see anything about runs and stuff. I wanted to talk about this because I just glanced at it. I haven't really been paying attention to baseball at all, but I did glance at it because I remember Sandy Alcantara being an excellent pitcher last year and being just almost unstoppable and really playing great. And I saw this and I was like, whoa, what's happening? He's 2-5 this year with an ERA of 4.86. I was like, whoa, apparently he's a different player this year. And that made me pause because it reminds me how important it is to check this baseball algorithm frequently if you want to use this information. So is there anything you can dig around in here? It's predicting a ton of runs in this Mets Philadelphia game. because Ranger Suarez was hit in his first few starts pretty badly. And Kodai Senga's ERA is almost 4 as well. And there's some lineup factor hitting on both of these teams. So maybe you've got a potential over here or something like that. And then, those 5 strong favorites, right? If you're picking winners, anything else going on? Some close battles here between San Diego and Miami. Just after seeing this, I realized, oh, well, San Diego Alcantara's still a good pitcher, but he's not apparently what he was last year. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, well, there might actually be more runs here than you're used to seeing. And that's kind of what it's saying. It's saying 9.1 runs. And that's one of those things where you wouldn't normally think of Alcantara as giving up runs, but it's apparently a little different this year. So I wanted to update for everybody because I did just run them and had a few minutes and wanted to let people know the baseball algorithm is out there for purchase, as well as the WNBA algorithm, where I'll email you for the next week. And if you're interested, you can go to kenbraverman.com, pick up a copy. Good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning. May all your sports be enjoyable to watch. If you're going to bet on sports, make sure it's fun. It became not fun for me, so I don't do it anymore. Or very, very rarely do I do it. Only in an instance where it is fun. I've tried to make it fun and not about money. And while the algorithms can be helpful, it's about enjoying yourself. And I wasn't enjoying myself, so that's why you hardly see me doing sports stuff anymore. But if you want to copy the algorithm, you can still get one and enjoy your sport of choice. All right, good luck, everybody, and congrats to the Florida Panthers and Vegas Golden Knights going to the Stanley Cup. Should be fun to watch.